What's going on, family? Peace, light, and love. Definitely want to check in for 2026 in this business we're supposed to be about. So I got the Light Seers deck out, no doubt about that. We definitely want to see what we need to see with that. And then I got a few other of these Oracle decks that's going to really help in clarifying some messages here and everything that's really going to help us to get this business that we're supposed to be about. Yeah, no doubt about that. And so happy 2026. You know that new year start when the flowers start blooming and everything, right? When the tree leaves start coming back in and everything. But for the calendar's sake, we go definitely celebrate this as what they call the new year, which is I call 2026 is what this is. So we go ahead, we go get this business and we gonna keep it moving, no doubt about that. The Two of Pentacles is coming through. And when that Two of Pentacles is coming through, this is all about some choices that we got to make in the ways that we've been moving and everything. See, we done went through a hell of a change in initiation and discernment in 2026, no doubt, family. But Spirit is coming through in a profoundly auspicious way. Shouting that A-team out. I almost forgot to do that. Now, you know I'm wrong if I ain't giving them no gratitude, right? Because they come through in some awesome ways, and I ain't out of line, not giving them no gratitude. I was just ready to get about this business because they told me you got to get out here and show up. And so this is what I'm doing, no doubt. But that Two of Pentacles is letting us know we got some choices to be making in the direction that we going and everything. Because we done caught hell in 2025 and everything. That was the initiation and discernment. That was the business. Please be encouraged. I went through it myself. Check out the last post that I got put up out here in these streets, right? The business has been got for most of us that's out here doing this work, the divine ones that's really been trying to shift internally and everything, right? Living from the inside out here in these particular streets. And when you do that, right, folks that's not necessarily doing that work, they go give you that business. And that's why that Seven of Swords is coming through, right? Because that Seven of Swords is really helping us to remember the lessons that we learned from the past. I just saw the wolf in my mind's eye, right? That just let me know that we got to take that knowledge that we got and turn it into wisdom. You understand what I'm saying? See, this Seven of Swords, it came in with this particular energy, letting us know that we ain't about looking out and being on patrol for folks that's showing up in this particular vibration. You know why? Because now that we have healed and everything, right? We got firm boundaries up and everything. And so the protection mechanism is just the way that we roll. That's the business that we about. You understand what I'm saying? And so we move forward empowered, no doubt about that. But please understand that there's always going to be naysayers, player haters, and alligators out here in these particular streets, no doubt. And when we start getting into that particular space where we showing up for ourselves, we firm on our square, right? We speaking truth to power out here in these particular streets. Please understand that there will always be pushback with that particular energy, no doubt about that. But Spirit is letting us know, because this is also an energy that came in reverse, that this is some business that we really ain't got to worry about. We got to understand that this is just the way that folks get down. See, we ain't changing the way that folks is operating, the dynamics that happen. It's our new response to things and how things is showing up in the world. We responding a whole lot differently. And so the Seven of Wands comes through. Upright, no doubt, reminding us about how important it is for us to be firm on our square out here. We ain't playing games with these people no more. Like, we really are in this space where we are about that business that we said that we about. And so now as we move forward, we recognize what's real. We see things clearly, no doubt. And we're taking that knowledge, we're turning it into wisdom, recognizing that there's some folks that's out here that's going to always give you that clap back, that pushback and everything. But that's the part of the game. The tax for being great is the hate, no doubt. So let's go ahead. Boom. The Life Purpose Oracle is coming through. So let's go ahead and see what we're talking about in this particular way, especially this business that we're going to be about as we move forward in this 2026 calendar year. No doubt about that. No doubt. So let's see what we got going on. Uh-oh, I heard the angels. Angels got a message. They got a message too. We go get that business. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. The flowers. I got to tell y'all something. These flowers have been coming through in some powerfully profound ways at these particular streets for yourself, yours truly. And then right here, it says working with flowers opens your hearts and brings blessings to others through your life purpose. See, now listen what I'm telling you right here. I started really doing a lot of work with with these flowers and everything, the flower essences and everything. Started really dropping a few of them drops of that Joshua tree in my water and everything, helping me to like move past a lot of these patterns and everything where I'm escaping into smoking weed and drinking and all of this other shit and what have you, right? But these flowers have really been helping me and really elevating that particular vibration and everything. And then to get me over the edge, I started really working with that blue lotus and everything, smoking it in forms and everything, got a cigarette rolling machine and everything, right? And so I've been putting these herbs, the blue lotus and everything in these particular cigarettes in that rolling machine. And instead of using the tobacco to roll it with, I'm putting the blue lotus in there and everything. And it has made quite the difference in my life. I'm feeling so much better, so much clearer and everything. And then, of course, no doubt, you want to make sure that you're drinking that tea, no doubt, because this really is going to help in bringing profound clarity in your dreams and in all of that and everything. And then the urge for you to get into a lot of business that you really don't need to be about, it dissipates. So definitely working with them flowers. I'm seeing the red rose and everything. See, that red rose, it helps in elevating that love vibration, no doubt about that. And sometimes I take that rose petals especially and put that in the blend as well too. It really helps in elevating, bringing that self-love vibration in the scene, no doubt about that and everything. Because you realize when you smoke and you taking it in the lungs, and the lungs is where you holding that grief at. You understand what I'm saying? And so this is going to be a really opportune time to really begin incorporating, like making these changes and everything so that you can move into this space of healed. I'm liking this a whole lot. What we talking about? The options card comes up, right? And the options say, consider the career possibilities that are open to you. This is letting you know, see, we starting this 2026 with the doors wide open. There's options out here in these streets. You got a lot of skills, I'm hearing. I mean, you got a lot of skills in these particular streets. And this is an opportunity for you to begin utilizing it. Spirit just said Uranus is going to be moving into Taurus in the springtime, baby. And what that means, this is about flexibility, innovation and everything, doing things a little bit different and everything. And so this might be really an opportune time to take a lot of these skills that you have, right, and really begin merging them, allowing them to cross roads and everything like that, so that you can really do something totally unique and holding your particular energy signature. Don't you worry about the copycats that's out here in these streets and everything, because they can always try and duplicate, but it will never, ever, ever be the same. I assure you of that. So let's talk about this, because you on the right path, they saying out here in these streets. Say keep doing what you're doing because it's working, no doubt about that. This is about you staying steady on that path, being about that business that you said that you about and everything, because this right here is going to really help you in getting laser focused in the things that you want to do. And then you can bring all of them other options in, right, to incorporate like a little bit of elevation to the routine. You understand where I'm going with that and everything? Some variation and elevation and everything into that routine and everything. But this is why we in this particular divine feminine season right now, right? The snow is on the ground. We in the house. We feeling cozy and everything. This is really all about us really taking this time to strategize, right? We going within so that we can come back and show up in a powerful and impactful way. But Spirit is letting us know at the end of the day, this is about us taking care of ourselves. And so the nutrition card is coming through, right? And when this nutrition card comes through, hold up, the message on here is you conduct healing work with your culinary skills. I like this. I like this card a lot because this has really been opening the door for me to get a little bit clever, right? Bringing that kitchen magic into the whole situation and everything. This is when you are really taking the herbs, right? Taking the foods that really support our wellness, elevating it, making it delicious and also nutritious out here in these particular streets. Sacred chants that you want to really speak over your food, prayers, whatever, what have you. This is absolutely the time. You done heard all this weird ass shit they trying to do with the food and everything. It might be in your best interest to start cooking your own food instead of going to a lot of these places that they produce food rapidly and everything. Fast food, that's what we talking, right? And they produce food rapidly and you got DoorDash and now everybody's energy is all in your food, and somebody who could give two shits feeling resentful at the end of the day is sitting up here standing over your food, making your food and everything. There ain't no love put in it. They just throwing it together. It's just a part part of the process. What they do, fuck this shit, let's go. You understand what I'm saying? This is the energy I'm picking up out here in these streets and everything. And I know that this is a viable option for a lot of people that just really don't have the time and they want to eat out. But I do really want to, I really want you to consider the possibility of really allowing yourself to start situating your meals at home and everything, because this is really going to help in elevating us, because our nutrition, our health is our wealth, right? And we really want to make these powerful impacts out here in these particular streets when we taking care of ourselves and everything. And so this might be your very best bet. And if you can't even do none of that, let's say you just ain't got the time and everything, that's really a shame, family. That's something to check in on, right? Really a shame. But if you just don't, you really want to make an effort to pray over that food, right? To speak that chant, to speak these intentions over your food and everything, of healing, of wellness, over your water. Charge that with light, with your intention and everything. This is going to really help in elevating the quality of your food. You'll be surprised like how much alchemy goes down when you do simple shit just like that. So let's go ahead. The romance angels is coming through. Dig, dig, dig. Now, see, you know what? Listen, I started leave that deck right there, right? Because I'm like, I don't need no goddamn romance in my life. I'm through with that for right now. You know what I'm saying? But this ain't about me at the end of the day, right? And so with that, you know, I'm open to friendship. I'm open to love. I'm open to all of that other stuff. But this ain't nothing that I'm looking for. That ain't on my list of priorities. And so I wasn't going to get this deck, no doubt. But the spirit said, listen. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure. See, there's other folks out here in these streets. You ain't the only one that's out showing up out here. And so the romance angel cards is coming out. Woo! And I see why now. I understand. Yeah. Soulmates coming through. So the message on here is, yeah, this is the soulmate, baby. Let's get this particular business. I'm liking this for y'all. I'm loving this for y'all. Let's go. Let's go. It says, express your feelings. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. See, now spirit is coming through. Now this card is in reverse because a lot of us really ain't getting out there speaking our truths, right? Really showing up in these ways that really make ourselves available to love out here in these particular streets. But when you do that and everything, this is what makes you a little bit more magnetic to allow yourself to be open. And so when you out here showing your self-love, the goddess Oshun just came through, right? And really reminding us to really make sure that you loving on yourself first, right? Because that's your most honest expression of love, right? This shows your capacity to be able to receive love in a healthy and supportive way, right? When you start loving on yourself, this is when you start becoming magnetic to a lot of these connections and everything. And so this is why I go ahead and make that romantic gesture. Start with yourself first, though, no doubt. And then the passion card comes through. It says, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. See, I'm going back into, say, I got that heat on too high. I'm hot in here. Ooh. Okay, it says, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. This is really about you moving into that space of raising that vibration. Remember what Oshun just came through talking, right? About making sure that we bring that love within ourselves. And see, when you moving into that joy frequency, right? You got a heart and soul that's singing in joy and everything like that. See, this is right here is what puts you on that vibrational frequency, right? To attract all of those love connections, platonic and romantic. You understand what I'm saying? And so moving into this space where you connected to your passions out here in these particular streets is really going to open you up to some profound goodness coming in your life. Hold up. Let me crack this damn door because it's hot like a bitch up in here. Woo. Okay. Woo. And that's another new thing. When I start channeling, I start sweating and shit like that. And so that goes down like that. That's how it goes. All right. And then for at the end of the day, well, we need to forgive out here in these streets. I know. Listen. I'm telling you, I had to get my forgiveness list together, no doubt. I want to encourage everybody, 2026 and everything, all these people that pulled the bullshit and everything, put them on a list and bring a forgiveness list in. Now, I want to check in because I know that a lot of us is like, fuck forgiveness. We ain't here for that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel you on that because I promise you, I understand all of that. But see, this ain't for them. them. This is for you, right? See, this forgiveness and everything. Hold on, let me read this message. It says, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. This is the message that I'm really trying to convey right here, right? Because see, this forgiveness thing, it's not about them, it's about you, right? Because a lot of times when we hold what I call this axe to grind energy, where we feeling all resentful and feeling some type of way about the shit, the transgressions, the wrongs that has been done to us and everything, we really want to check in and forgive ourselves, right? Because we have allowed some foolishness in our life. We missed a lot of the signs. We ignored the red flags and everything. And we could have really showed up and supported ourselves in some better ways, right? But we allow some things to come through because listen, this is the human experience. When you love folks, you know what I'm saying? You give them that grace and everything. And a lot of folks just ain't worthy of that grace and everything. And so forgiving and learning is what needs to happen at the end of the day. Forgiving that whole situation, making peace with what it is. Understand that that's just the way tainted folks get down. And now you can move away, healed, right? Better, not bitter. This is where we going. We moving forward, right? Forgiving that past. Now we understand who in the hell they are and everything. See, these things happen to us. It's divine order. You understand? They're happening for us and not to us. You understand? And that is absolutely not to be facetious. But if you don't recognize, like everybody can't go where you're going. You understand? And so with that, spirit is really cleaning house. And so in this year of the snake, we still in this year of the snake. I know we moved over into 2026 and this is the year of the fire horse year, but you do realize that fire horse year, it don't kick in until somewhere around what, the end of January, February, somewhere in that business right there, right? Because that's when that lunar year sets off and everything. And so we still shedding that old, you understand what I'm saying? And so with this is our opportunity to really begin forgiving, moving past those lessons. Not that you giving folks a pass out here in these streets, right? But this is all about us really making sure that we moving forward, healed and whole. I like that a whole lot. So thank you, Romance Oracle deck, because I surely wasn't going to pick you up. Okay, let's get this angel therapy. Okay, let's get this angel therapy real quick. All right, these angels been coming through in a profoundly auspicious way. I got angeled up today, baby. I mean, I'm here to tell you, you know, these angels have been coming through in some profoundly auspicious ways. Profoundly auspicious ways. And so, you know, the Archangel Metatron reached out to me and I said, let me hold that energy close and everything. And yeah. It's the business we about. You understand what I'm saying? And listen, let me tell you something. Working with these angels, that ain't no punk ass work. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is high level wizardry we talking about right here. These angels is most gangster. They ain't no punk energy. I promise you this right here. This is some change your life, shift some shit up in these streets type of energy. Please believe me when I tell you this. So let's get this work out in this bitch. Okay, the Archangel Michael is coming through, saying you're working very closely with this powerful archangel who is protecting and guiding you through this situation. Whatever it is that you're going through, baby, let me let you know, because shit, you might have been doubting that, because that's the energy I was picking up off of this card. You ain't be doubting the level of protection that you got out here, but understand that your back is got, okay? The Archangel Michael is coming through in a profoundly auspicious way, letting you know that he is working with you through this whole particular situation, this business that you concerned with. Please understand that he got your back in these particular streets. So let's talk about what needs to happen. The heart chakra card comes through. Now, when this heart chakra card comes through, it tells us that the answers that we seek is in the heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving love. This is all about us moving into this heart space awakening that's going on in these particular streets. One of the things that I've been doing is these cacao ceremonies. That's a powerful thing to do for this new year, no doubt about that. So if you got any of that ceremonial cacao, and I promise you, like, the quality, I know I didn't think so either. You know, I'd be right on down there at the TJ Maxx over there in the aisle where they got all of the supplements, getting those particular cacaos and everything. But I started ordering from this spot called, I think it's Aura Cacao, that has been sending me a whole nother level of cacao. And I promise you, the quality in that cacao, it makes a hell of a difference. I can feel that shit. And so the vibration, it elevates and everything. I ain't saying that that other cacao is trash. I'm saying that this shit is set apart. You understand what I'm saying? And so the higher quality of cacao and everything, the more effective it is. It really helps in giving you that heart space awakening, giving you the clarity and everything that we need to be able to navigate situations with emotional intelligence. And that's all about really being in tune with where you're at and understanding how other folks is feeling as well. This is that energy we tapping into. And so that heart chakra card is coming through, checking in, reminding us about the answers that we seek. It always comes within the heart and everything. I also drop a couple in my coffee every once in a while too. You know what I'm saying? Just to really, shake things up and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like that coffee, you know what I'm saying, brings that quickening particular energy and everything. And that just really helps in elevating my whole coffee experience. I like that a lot. Coffee, a whole morning ceremony, whole morning ritual out here in these particular streets. Okay, so the earth angels, come on now. Those of us out here seeing that 144, you the chosen ones, you the earth angels out here. You are divine lineage out here in these particular streets. Understand that you on assignment, and this is why shit has been kicking your ass in 2025. Hell, from 2017, this is a tough cycle we went through right here, right? Like we really got that business out here in these particular streets. But understand again, that was happening for us, not to us and everything. And so this earth angel card is coming through, letting us know, checking in, reminding us you are a light worker who has come to the earth to teach about love. See, we go perfect this love walk, and what we go do is see a whole lot of unlovable behaviors to help us along our journey to really grow, to really expand, to understand just how tainted folks get down, what their reasoning is, the capacity that they have to navigate situations from a heart space mastery, because some of them just really ain't at that place spiritually and everything. And so when we understand that, we can rise above situations, see shit for what it is and everything. Don't mean that we go sit around and embrace them because they just don't know better. No, that means that they are disqualified from being a part of your tight circle. You understand what I'm saying? And you understand, and you can help them along their journey, but you help them from a distance, send them some love and light, and keep it the hell moving. Because at the end of the day, the power animal card is coming through. Now, this right here is some powerful work right here. Oh, yeah. See, I love to get out in nature and everything. The animals start talking. Them trees is definitely talking. Like the whole vibration out there in nature and everything. It just really helps to heal and restore and everything. And I'm loving this a whole lot. And I really want to encourage, especially, I notice a lot of Black folks. Like, I don't be seeing, when I get out here in nature, I'm seeing a lot of the Caucasian folks. They down with this nature program and everything. Shout out to the white folks that's out here in these particular streets, right? Because y'all definitely tapped in and tuned in on that particular frequency. Whether or not you awake and aware to what the hell that is, they always out there and everything. In the cold, bundled the hell up, walking in the cold and shit. They ain't playing these games out here in these streets. And every once in a while, I'll see a brown folk like me that come out here, and we out here walking in nature as well. And then a lot of us, we got to wake the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Get up out of this matrix mentality and everything, right? To tell us we got to be on the hustle and grind. We got to be in the concrete jungles and all of this other bullshit. And this right here is what's really helping us to disconnect from our star player. We can't trust the intuition and everything because we ain't allowing Mother Nature to give us that healing, that charge up that we need. And so it's important, it's essential that we get out here in nature, walk around some trees, breathe in that air and everything. I know what they doing to the air, but what else we finna breathe, huh? So we got to make sure that we getting out here around those trees and everything, because this is where the form is purest. See, these trees is out here protecting you. This is why we seeing so many of these trees topple over. All of this blackness all on the trees and everything like that, right? Because the trees is absorbing a lot of the impact of this foolishness that's coming on out here and everything. And they out here supporting us, holding us down out here in these particular streets and everything. And so you want to get out there, connect with these trees, because they really are looking out for us out here in some profoundly auspicious ways. And this power animal card says your spirit animal guide is a guardian in helping you with this particular situation. So what animals have you been been dealing with right about now. Like I've been going through a whole lot of spirit animals. It's been that owl that's been really giving me that business, especially in that initiation of discernment. That snake had came through in such profound ways. The fairy realm has been coming through, assisting me, giving me a lot of alley-oops, a lot of clues, a lot of signs and symbols and everything. They've been leaving for me out there in nature. I feel so honored by that. You understand what I'm saying? And so with that, let me go ahead and move on and pull that fairy oracle message, because I feel like I'm out of line if I ain't bringing that particular thing into the cipher. And so with that, we go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to close this particular reading out, because this is a profoundly auspicious time to be alive. I'm just forgetting. Here we go. There we go. All right now. All right now. All right. Let me pull this. Get this business. All right, let me see what message we got. Okay. So these fairies is coming through, checking in, letting us know everything's okay. Now, I know that we done went through some powerful shifts and everything out here in these particular streets. And as we move forward into this fire horse year, this year of 10, this year of, I know numerology, they break it down into 1 and everything, but that 0 is holding a special spiritual component. And I'm going to hold on to that and everything. And so, do how you like to do, whatever, what have you, you know what I'm saying? But this is the energy that I'm tapping into and everything. And so spirit is coming through in a profound way, letting us know, don't worry, it's working out in a beautiful way out here in these particular streets. Everything is okay. Let's talk about what needs to happen right now, because we in this divine feminine season. They coming through with practice. Let's get this work out here. Let's do it. Let's go. With daily practice, you can polish your skills, your talents, and increase your confidence. I promise you, nothing brings confidence like really doing that work. Discipline. This is what brings that confidence. I'm going to tell you, for me in my personal life, right? This is what makes me be able to show up and be able to talk the shit that I'm talking and all of this other stuff in that corporate world, in the other stuff, right? Is really being disciplined, taking that time to understand and know what in the hell this business it is that I'm about and everything. This is what helps me to be able to step into that mastery and everything. And the more I do it, the more comfortable I get with it and everything. And this shows up for a lot of folks. You know what I'm saying? This is the secret sauce. There's no getting around doing the work. You understand? That discipline is what's going to bring that confidence. Understand what I'm saying? And so with daily practice, you can polish your skills, your talents, and increase your confidence. True story. Okay, because in the summertime, baby, the summertime card comes through. And when that summertime hits, you know that Jupiter shifts over in the Leo. The nodes change from the Leo Aquarius, from Virgo Pisces to Aquarius Leo, right? And so we go get this work, family. We go get this work. And so with this, the summer, everything that you're asking for becomes yours in the summertime. We go get this particular business. Now, when Jupiter moves over in the Leo and everything, this is going to be that business. You understand? See, Leo energy, right? This is that, hey, we ain't bullshitting in these streets. We shining our light unapologetically and unashamedly, right? We go come out here and be the badass we supposed to be. A lot of shit's going to be exposed. Leo ruled by the sun, you understand? And so there's going to be some truths being revealed. But it's going to retrograde back into Cancer for a second to check in on how you feeling about this whole particular situation in this direction that you're going in, so that you can recalibrate how you're feeling, because see, your emotional state is what brings you power. You understand what I'm saying? And so when you checking in on that emotional state, you going back in that particular retrograde and everything, you move forward, empowered, impactful, and understanding out of this, right? So when that Jupiter shifts into Leo for the rest of that year, this is real fire horse energy. You understand what I'm saying? This is when that business start really getting busy. You understand? Let's go. Because at the end of the day, a lot of you are spiritual teachers out here in these particular streets. I'm loving this for you, family. I'm loving this a whole lot. It says, hold up. It says, your life purpose involved teaching others about healing and spirituality. I like this a whole lot. I'm really liking this a whole lot because we need folks out here in these streets sharing ideas, talking about the things that they do that's really been helping them along our journey. This is how we help each other. You understand? This is why I was trying to put all of these ciphers together and everything, trying to find these like minds and everything to help and being able to share their thoughts, their opinions, their ideas. Now, we ain't go all be on the same page. We ain't all in agreement and everything. We all see things differently. And this is what makes shit more expansive. You understand what I'm saying? Uranus being in Gemini, baby. See, this is what's really going to help us to do some new and innovative things and everything. We got to get out of this bullshit ass hive mentality and everything and allow ourselves to be more expansive and everything and flexible and everything. Stop clinging so hard to the teaching and everything, right? And allow yourself to expand the teaching and everything. So this is going to be some powerful work and everything. And I'm just hearing about like how a lot of folks, they get stuck like in this whole astrology thing. This is why I quit doing all of these particular zodiac sign readings and everything, because we have all aspects of the zodiac in here, but I really rocks with astrology and everything, right? And so I understand like how that energy is moving and everything, and this is going to help us to be able to move in profoundly auspicious ways and everything. And so as we move forward and everything, still check in on those particular folks that deal with that zodiac and everything, because this is going to really help you in those specific areas and how that shows up on your chart and everything. This is going to kind of pinpoint those particular areas. This is comprehensive. This is collective. This is the business that we need to be about right here. And so for those of us that are those spiritual teachers, it's really time for you to rise and be great. This is our time to shine. This is our time to do that business that we said that we about. And don't worry about if everybody ain't clapping for you. Everybody ain't necessarily clapping for Sister Divine neither, but guess the hell what? They're not going to stop you from showing up. Not going to stop me from being on assignment. I'm in alignment, baby. I want you to get in alignment with me. Let's get this business. Let's get this work. Now, I hope that this was a helpful message for you. Let's move forward in 2026. Empowered, baby. Peace and light. Peace and love.